You ever feel like you're not chosen? Hey guys, it's me, and this is 1 Minute. A long time ago, there was a young boy named David. He was the youngest son of a large family, and every day he watched his sheep in the hills near his home. One day, while tending his flock, David heard some commotion in the distance. As he got closer, he saw something that made him stop in his tracks. There was a giant. This guy was huge, and he was all alone, but he was really, really scary. And David knew if that giant wanted to, he could easily crush him like a grape. But as David stood there watching, something amazing happened. He didn't run away, he didn't hide, he didn't cower in fear. Instead, David ran towards the giant, not away from him. And when he got close enough, he took a small stone from his bag, loaded it into his sling, and with one smooth motion, he flung it towards the giant. The stone hit the man squarely in the forehead, and he fell to the ground with a thud. And just like that, David, the smallest of the bunch, had become a hero, a giant slayer. But let's be honest, David wasn't the strongest or the biggest or the most skilled fighter. In fact, he was none of those things. But what he did have was a heart for God. You see, earlier in the story, David was still a young boy. His family didn't really pay much attention to him because he was so little. But God paid attention to him. God saw his heart. He saw that even though David was the youngest and the littlest, he had the biggest faith. So when the giant came along, God chose David to be the one to defeat him. He chose David not because he was the strongest, but because he was the most faithful. You see, friends, we're not always chosen for our strength or our skills or our size. We're chosen for our hearts. God doesn't call the biggest, he calls the faithful. He doesn't call the strongest, he calls the selfless. He doesn't call the smartest, he calls the simple. You were chosen not because you're the best, but because you're his and he loves you. So never feel like you're not chosen, my friend. You are, and all you have to do is have faith the size of a mustard seed and love God with all your heart. Then you can do things that seem impossible because it's not your strength that counts, it's his. Hey guys, I hope this encourages you to walk with God no matter how small you feel. And if you feel like you're not strong enough or smart enough or talented enough, remember, you don't have to be. Just be faithful. God will give you everything you need to do what only he can do through you. And that includes helping people know how much he loves them. That's all we're trying to do here, share God's love with everyone. We want to thank you for being a part of that. We couldn't do it without you, so thanks so much. If this made you think, would you share it with a friend? And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It's totally free, and you can always change your mind later. Thanks for watching. See you next time.